Hi, this is Adam Fisher with Good News Planet, and I'm here with Pete Lehman. Hi, Pete. How are you?
Hey, Adam. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm great. I'm glad you're here. Pete is a former NBA executive and now a proud new author of his book, I Got My Dream Job and So Can You, 7 Steps to Creating Your Ideal Career After College. What advice do you offer that makes your book unique?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I guess I would say, first of all, that the overall message for the book is that anyone can get their dream job when they have the right attitude and the right strategy. So it's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's not about pedigree. And I'm proof that that's true. At the end of my time in college, I got my dream job, which was working as an executive for an NBA team. And at that time, I was only 21 years old, and I didn't even know how to knot my own tie. So if I could get my dream job, I think that anyone else can as well. In regard to how the book's unique, I think it's because of my perspective. Most career books are written by authors from a totally different generation, and I hope readers will find my perspective to be refreshing and easy to relate to. And I'd also say that I'm probably the only person who's ever written a career book with references in the book to Jersey Shore. So that's probably another way that it's different as well.
Yeah, there was some comic relief in the book that I appreciated. How do you suggest young people get a clear, detailed vision of the job they really want to find before they start their job search?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. To a lot of people, the hardest part of getting your dream job is figuring out what it is in the first place. Now, my definition of a dream job is that it's a job that combines your talents and your passions in a way that's meaningful to you. So to figure out what your dream job is, you need to figure out what you're good at, what your talents are. You need to figure out what you're passionate about and what you love to do. And you need to find a way to put them together somehow. And this is going to be a process, but it's worth it.
Okay, now America's rate of joblessness, as you know, is really high among young people. Yeah, you tell young job seekers not to worry about unemployment statistics and the odds against launching a career in this down economy. Can you explain that?
Sure. People ask me about the economy all the time. And when job seekers ask me about the economy, I always respond by asking them this question. I always say, how many jobs do you need to get? You need to get one job, right? You don't need to get 1,000 jobs. You don't need to get 100 jobs. And I really hope it's clear what my message is here. I'm not trying to make people feel badly if they're struggling to find work. I'm trying to get people to change their perspective. As a job seeker, you don't need to fix the economy. You just need to get one job. That's all you should be focused on.
And to backpack that, you assure readers that it's the best time ever to get your dream job. Can you go further on that?
I do, and I think some people are going to find that a little bit crazy perhaps at first, but let me explain why that's what I believe to be true. So over 70% of all jobs are filled behind the scenes through personal contacts and networking. So the key to your success during your job search is to get yourself in front of the right people. Now the good news is that the world is more well-connected right now than it has ever been before. There are over 800 million people on Facebook. There are over 130 million people on LinkedIn. And through these sites and other sites that are out there, it's now easier than it's ever been to get connected with people in a position to hire you. For that reason, I believe that people should be pretty optimistic right now despite what's going on with the economy.
And I think every young person nowadays is pretty experienced with social media, so that can definitely be a good option to finding a job.
Absolutely.
How can a lack of experience be an advantage for a job seeker?
Yeah, another common question I get from job seekers, especially young job seekers, is, hey, can I still get my dream job if I'm young or if I don't have experience? And I would actually argue that youth and lack of experience can be a strength in a lot of ways as opposed to a weakness. And I'll give you a quick analogy to explain that. So when I was little, I grew up in a suburb in New York, and my brother Matt and I would have lemonade stands over the summer as a way to make extra cash. And people would always stop and they would buy our lemonade. Now, did they stop to buy lemonade because they were just so thirsty that they couldn't possibly wait to get to wherever they were headed? Of course not, right? They stopped to buy lemonade because of what I call the lemonade stand principle, which is that older people like to help younger people who are ambitious and enthusiastic. And this is true whether you're a 9-year-old kid selling lemonade on the side of the road or a student or young professional starting their career. So the overall message is this: when you have a great attitude, you're going to inspire other people to support you throughout your job search. And that's what I found when I made the transition from college to career. Now, if there's anyone listening to this that's an older job seeker, I would encourage them to take a lesson from the lemonade stand principle as well. Again, you have to be excited first before you can expect other people to be excited about helping you.
You actually mentioned that in your book, The Lemonade Stand Story. So another point in your book is your acronym SIMPLE. Can you explain that?
Sure. Well, I like to say that getting your dream job is simple, and I really believe that it is. Now, it's not easy. It's going to take hard work, but it is simple. And I think people get overwhelmed during a job search when they try to do everything at one time. You need to focus on your job search in steps. When you take it one step at a time and you move through this 6-step process, it's going to be less overwhelming and you'll be a lot more likely to get where you want to be.
And what would do you want to mention what SIMPLE stands for?
Sure. I can go through each of the 6 steps real fast. Obviously, the book goes into a lot more detail.
Mm-hmm.
So the book features a 7-step process on how to create your ideal career. And the first 6 steps spell out the word simple, and they focus on how to get your dream job. Step 7 is on how to have success after you've gotten hired. So step 1 in the process stands for start. I'm convinced that the main reason most people don't get their dream jobs is simply because they never even try to make it happen. You just have to start the process. Step 2, I stands for identify. You have to determine where you want to go before you start your job search. Most people spend more time working on their resume than they do in thinking about what they want from their career, and that's a big mistake. Step 3, M stands for makeover. Employers are going to judge you based on what they see when they look at you. So you don't need to look like a celebrity, but you do need to take pride in your appearance because it does matter. Step 4, P stands for plan. You don't need to have it all mapped out, and you probably won't be able to map it all out, but you do need to take some time to develop a strategy. That way you'll be more focused, and you're going to get hired a lot faster. Step 5, L stands for look. This is really important. Don't look for jobs, look for people. As I mentioned, most jobs are filled behind the scenes through personal contacts and networking, and the only way to learn about most opportunities that are out there right now is by looking for people instead of looking for jobs. Step 6, E stands for execute. You need to approach the interview like an athlete approaches game day. Preparation is the key to success. Your preparation before the interview will probably determine whether or not you get an offer after the interview.
Those all sound like great steps to me. But if you want college students, recent college graduates, and young professionals to take away one thing from this book, what would you think that would be?
Again, the first overall message of the book is that anyone can get their dream job when they have the right attitude and the right strategy. You don't need to have gone to Harvard. You don't need to be the most talented person. You don't need to get lucky. You don't need the economy to improve. You just need to take accountability for your career. And if you've got a great mindset and you're willing to put in the work that's required to make it happen, then I truly believe that anybody can get their dream job right now.
For viewers that would like to get more information or find out more information about your book, do you have a website or anything like that?
I do. So the book's available at Barnes & Noble bookstores nationwide. You can also go to bestcareerbook.com. We've got 2 free job search bonuses that you can get on that website. Again, that's bestcareerbook.com.
Okay, thank you, Pete. He got his dream job, and now he's helping you get yours. Congratulations on your book.